So TT Combat have just released their new two-player box set for Dropfleet Commander, and we've got our hands on one. We're having and we're going to do an unboxing. That's what this is all about. I'm quite excited about this. It's a game I've been looking at for quite a while, and we will be looking at in the future as we sort of paint up the models and start to play the game. So please keep watching if you want to see what's inside that box, and is it really as good value as it looks? Have a look and see.
Let's have a look at what's inside the box for Dropfleet Commander, the new two-player starter set. So we've got a bit in front. This is kind of what we're going to get inside. 3 cruisers, 4 frigates. This for the UCM, and then we're going to get a scourge starter, and then we're going to get some accessories, a rule book, a gaming surface, and some scenery, card scenery, and some tokens and gaming bits and pieces. So let's have a look now. I have to say, personally, this is one of my least favourite boxing arrangements. I really don't like this sleeve thing. I'm sure I know why they do it, and I can understand the logic of it, but I really don't like it. It's a bit of a faff. Having said that, you do get a decent box out of it for storing things, which is quite nice, I guess. So let's have a look at what we get. So we've got our Dropfleet Commander rulebook. It's a little mini rulebook, much the same as you get with a lot of starter sets. Smells good, I have to say. It's got a bit in there, which is nice. Then we've got, these look like bits of card scenery. You can use in the game for different features and objectives, stuff like that. Cool. These go on your dials at the bottom for, or on your bases for different levels of ping, I think, and stuff like that. So I've played a little bit of Dropfleet, but not loads. And then this is going to be UCM, I think, by the look of it. I'll try and bring this up a little bit so you can see it. Zoom in. Well, we're going to, in the true spirit of rough and readiness, I have to say that the actual moulds are pretty good. Yeah, pretty nice. The guns on these ones, I think this is for the, is it frigates? Yeah, this will be for the frigates. The guns are going to be quite small, and maybe tricky to magnetise. Don't know, I'll see, because I quite like magnetising ships. They're inside plastic, which is kind of cool. Then we've got some Scourge stuff. These will be Scourge, but I'm assuming these are the Scourge frigates because there's 4 of them as well. I do love the Scourge stuff. I mean, this won't be picked up particularly well on the screen, unfortunately, or the camera, but it's a really nice level of detail in these, and you can feel it. You know, it's good. It's really good, actually. Really nice. Points of contact are quite small, which is helpful. So you're not going to have tons of work to do in these. This one concerns me a little bit, but I think it will work out okay. I might just be maybe in a bit pernickety. Let's look further and dig in a bit more. UCM, and that's going to be I'm assuming that's going to be cruisers. Again, really nice detailing on the moulds. Kind of really interesting with, you know, the very distinct differences. And then we've got our moulds for we've got our Scourge. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite cool. The Scourge cruisers, or I'm assuming these are I don't know what they are. Yeah, those would be 2 of the cruisers. And then we have some other cruisers as well. So, and these are whole pieces. So there's 2 that are a whole piece, and there's 2. Is that right? Let me get this right. So there's 2 cruisers are single part resin, and 1 cruiser is multi-part hard plastic. So that's 1 cruiser. Yeah, that makes more sense. So that's 1 cruiser. It's multi-part, and that's a cruiser that's multi-part. Well, that's really nice actually. So that would be this one and this one in the centre. And then whenever we look at the UCM cruisers, there's them ones that are single resin. And they're in here. Let's have a look. These are the UCM ones. Oh, those are nice. Yeah, those are cool. I like that. Really nice little bit of, there's a little bit of flash there, but there's nice detailing on it. That's a really nice little model. I wonder what the other one's like. Is it the same? A little bit of flash. It does. I'm assuming it's a bit of flash. Yeah, it is. It's just where it's been poured in. Those are kind of cool. I like that. It would be nice to have some options with those cruisers, but I know they do with their blister packs. Now the bit that sold me on this, if I'm honest, is these ones, and I want to see. I'm really excited to see how these come out. The Scourge cruisers, I thought just looked awesome. There's an injection bit there. That's going to be a bit of a faff to get rid of. Slightly irritating because it's a long one as well, so it's quite that's going to be a bit of a pickle, but it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, it'll take a little bit of work, but look at that, it's gorgeous. You take that away, it's absolutely beautiful. And they do have to inject somewhere. That one's a bit easier. I would say that's a bit easier to get rid of. That one's just irritating. It's annoying that they're not both the same, if I'm honest. It's really annoying. That one will be easier to get rid of in a way that isn't going to affect everything, although the points could be slightly irritating. But we'll see. We'll see, and I'll do another video once I paint these up and work them up and see how they go. And then the other bits you get, let's have a look. So we get our bases, and if you're not familiar with Dropfleet, they kind of have these little pegs that you can put in, these little pinpoints, and these go in here, and the stickers go on as well. And this is for the stands. There really is everything you need in here. I mean, you've got dice, and then a tape measure. Never have enough tape measures in my humble opinion. And it's a nice one. It's actually quite a nice one. I like that. It's got a wee lock to it. That's a decent little tape measure, and it's a key ring, so you'll always have one. I quite like that. Another set of bases, and then we get the thing. They're careful not to say a play mat, because it really isn't. But you get the play surface, which doubles as a rather cool poster, which is quite nice. Dropfleet poster, but also you'll get a kind of idea of this. It's a paper surface. It's kind of nice. And then you get your fast play sheets. The fast play sheets are basically telling you the stats for all the things you've got. So there's one for Scourge and one for UCM, and then there's this one which is about ground assets and space stations and different bits for damage and things like that, which is kind of cool. And then you also have these. Now these are quite thin, but these are tokens for the different sort of bits that your assets effectively you're trying to drop, and things that you can fire off at each other, I think. Yeah. So first impression, there's a lot of stuff in there, and there literally is everything you need to play the game. you know, it's been well thought out. They've kind of went, right, this is everything we need to play. You need this in one place. You get a decent. No, I would say that's probably quite a decent set of faction starters, effectively. You've got 2 of those. You've got the dice that you need. You've got, I don't know how, you've got some variety that you can bring in, so you can magnetise up things. You've got 2 pretty competitive, and from what I've read, very different style and play style factions going on there. So the Scourge are meant to be quite fast and furious. You need to get in your face. UCM are good all-rounders, and that's actually quite interesting. I think that's, you know, traditionally you'd have something like PHR there, which are more slow, so you'd have a fast and a slow, real contrast. But actually I think bringing in the UCM is quite a good call, because for beginners, I suspect, like myself, they'll be quite a nice one to play. And then you've got your rule book, and your rule book is pretty, you know, there's scenarios and things you can play in there. Really good things about it. The quality of the quality of the casts are good. Slightly annoyed with the Scourge ones, because of the injection, where those little, you know, where the injection points are and just the way they are. I think that's going to require a bit of work. But the casts themselves are really beautiful. They really are. And it's such a silly thing about the box, but then the double side of the box, the good thing about the box is I can use that as a storage box quite nicely. So it's a nice size and it's a good robust box. But I'm not a big fan of the sleeves. That's just a silly niggle, but that's just me. But yeah, it's a really nice lot. I mean, that's decent quality and good value actually. As a starter pack, I'd heartily recommend it. Going to get into Dropfleet quite a bit as the aim for the next couple of months, and build up some bits and pieces. I've got a little resistance fleet. Now I've got a Scourge and a UCM, so I want to see, get some games going and run some, and start to learn how to play the game with a couple of people, and then start and run some demos. And see what suits my play style and what I would like to play. I'm hoping to get some colour shift paints onto those Scourge, because I think that'll look awesome on them. I can really see how I want to paint them up. And then with the UCM, I think they'll be really nice paint. And these kind of models really paint themselves if you put down a nice paint on, a nice first layer, wash, and then bring up the details with maybe a little bit of detail painting and a bit of dry brushing. I think you can make something that's presentable on the table and looks good, and get playing, which is always the aim. But yeah, really pleased with that, and I'll keep you posted to how it goes, and keep an eye out for the next couple of videos in this, because there will be some more over the next couple of months. So thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed that, and bye.